Welcome to Steelers Nation Central. Today, we're diving deep into a major development that has significant implications for the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Omar Khan, the Steelers' general manager, has officially received a 3-year contract extension that will keep him in the organization through the 2028 NFL season. This decision by the Steelers' front office signals a strong vote of confidence in Khan's leadership, vision, and the direction he's steering the franchise. In this video, I'm going to break down why I believe this is the right move by the Steelers organization, and why I'm genuinely happy that Omar Khan will remain at the helm for the long term here in the Steel City. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Even though I'm currently on vacation for the rest of this week, I'm committed to bringing you comprehensive, informative, and insightful Steelers coverage every single day, whether I'm off, on vacation, or right here in the studio with all the graphics and setups. The mission remains the same: to deliver free, high-quality Steelers content daily on this channel dedicated to the black and gold. So, if you want to stay plugged into everything happening with the Steelers, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let's talk about Omar Khan's journey and the impact he's had as the Steelers' general manager so far. Khan stepped into this role after the legendary Kevin Colbert stepped down a few seasons ago. Taking over the reins of such a storied franchise was no small task. Since then, Khan has overseen 3 full draft classes and 3 full off-seasons, leading into training camps. That means we have a solid body of work to evaluate how his decisions and strategies have played out. Although the Steelers are still heading into training camp this season, most of the critical moves for the 2025 offseason have already been made, which allows us to start looking at the big picture, with Khan locked in for the next 4 years. It's an opportune moment to review some of the key moves he has made, and why I remain optimistic about the Steelers' future under his leadership. Khan has demonstrated a willingness to be bold, a knack for identifying talent, and a commitment to building a competitive roster that can contend for championships. But as with any tenure, there have been highs and lows, successes and some missteps. I'll cover all of that, but first, let's start with some of the standout trades he's engineered during his time as GM. One of the moves I admire most is the trade involving Chase Claypool. Khan orchestrated this during the NFL's first-ever trade deadline, sending Claypool to the Chicago Bears in exchange for a second-round pick, which was the 32nd overall selection in the 2023 NFL Draft. That 32nd pick, sitting at the very start of the second round, often carries first-round value. Essentially, Khan swapped Claypool, who, let's be honest, struggled significantly after leaving Pittsburgh, for a pick that turned into Joey Porter Jr. This deal stands out as a masterstroke. Claypool's performance in Chicago was disappointing, to say the least, which made the trade look even better in hindsight. Joey Porter Jr., the player the Steelers selected with that pick, has shown promise as a potential future number 1 cornerback for the Steelers secondary. While he still has some areas to improve, such as limiting penalties like defensive pass interference and holding calls, and has had some inconsistent games, especially towards the end of last season, Porter is young, talented, and developing well. Overall, this trade was a major win for Omar Khan and one of his best moves as GM to date. But the Claypool trade is far from the only significant transaction Khan has pulled off. Another blockbuster move that's been heavily discussed lately is the trade involving Jalen Ramsey and John Smith. This was a major shakeup in the Steelers secondary, sending Minkah Fitzpatrick, who had seen a decline in production over the past 2 years, to the Jaguars in exchange for Ramsey and Smith. This deal could very well end up being one of Khan's signature moves if Ramsey and Smith thrive in Pittsburgh. Ramsey is a versatile defender who can play outside corner, safety, and nickel, and his ability to blitz is expected to add a new dimension to the Steelers' defense. John Smith complements Ramsey and fits well into the Steelers' personnel packages, particularly as they look to run more 12 and 13 personnel formations under head coach Arthur Smith in 2025. I'm optimistic that this trade will be remembered as a smart and impactful decision by Khan. In addition to trades, Khan has made some notable moves in free agency. One that stands out is the acquisition of DK Metcalf from the Seahawks. Just before free agency began this offseason, the Steelers gave up a high second-round pick for Metcalf, which many might view as steep, but I believe the price matches his market value. More importantly, Metcalf fits perfectly into the Steelers' offense, taking on a role similar to what A.J. Brown plays in Tennessee's scheme. Metcalf's skill set as a route runner, His ability to run slants, go routes, slug-offs, digs, and drift routes, along with his threat after the catch, make him a perfect fit for what Arthur Smith wants to do offensively. I expect that this trade will pay dividends for the Steelers. As the season progresses, there have been other wide receiver moves worth noting. For example, the Allen Robinson trade may raise some eyebrows, but I didn't hate it. It was a low-risk move that didn't cost the Steelers much, essentially a late-round pick swap for a veteran receiver who, at the time, was still viewed as a capable run blocker and potentially a contributor. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out as hoped, but because the investment was minimal, I consider it a reasonable gamble by Khan to try and add depth to the wide receiver corps without sacrificing significant assets. Then there was the George Pickens trade, which many fans disliked. Pickens had a strong following in Steelers Nation, and many wanted to see how he would perform alongside DK Metcalf. Unfortunately, the organization decided to move on from Pickens, citing locker room culture and the desire for players with a more team-first mentality. In return, the Steelers received a third-round pick, which isn't bad compensation. Hopefully, that pick can help them bring in a solid replacement down the line. Moving on from trades and free agency, let's talk quarterbacks. Khan's approach at the position has been somewhat unconventional but strategic. Last offseason, the Steelers signed both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, each for relatively low cost. Wilson came on a veteran minimum deal, which was a savvy move considering he's a former Super Bowl champion with proven clutch ability and a strong deep ball. The idea was that with the right supporting cast, Wilson could have success in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, that didn't come to fruition. Fields was acquired for a 6th-round draft pick, another low-risk gamble on a potential franchise quarterback. While Fields didn't perform at a level that would solidify him as the Steelers' long-term starter in 2024, the approach to acquire the quarterbacks with upside at a low cost was smart from a strategic perspective. Khan clearly tried to balance immediate need with future potential. Even if the results were mixed, that willingness to experiment and take calculated risks bodes well for the team's adaptability moving forward. Another smart move Khan made was locking up safety Deshaun Elliott on a team-friendly deal. Elliott made a significant impact on defense last year, arguably more so than Minkah Fitzpatrick, contributing across multiple roles including slot, box, and deep safety. He was a remarkably reliable tackler, leading the NFL in missed tackle rate among players with over 100 tackles, which speaks volumes about his consistency and discipline. Elliott's combination of athleticism, football IQ, and personality has made him a fan favorite, and securing him long-term is a win for the Steelers. Then there's the controversial but bold pursuit of Aaron Rodgers this offseason. The Steelers' front office did not waver, did not panic, and did not settle for trading for Kirk Cousins or drafting a quarterback like Shatter Sanders in the first round, despite external speculation. Instead, they stood by Rodgers, allowing him the time and space to deal with his personal issues. Now, Rodgers is the team's starting quarterback, and the Steelers believe he gives them the best chance to compete for their 7th Lombardi trophy this season. Whether or not this works out long-term remains to be seen, but the decisiveness and patience the Steelers showed here reflects well on Khan's leadership and the team's front office stability. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, rumors are swirling that Lamar Jackson, the dynamic quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, might be switching allegiances to become the new face of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This potential blockbuster change is causing a frenzy among fans, analysts, and insiders alike, as it would mark one of the most unexpected quarterback moves in recent memory. Lamar Jackson has been the heart and soul of the Ravens since entering the league, thrilling Baltimore fans with his electrifying playmaking ability and unique dual-threat style. His tenure in Baltimore has been marked by MVP awards and record-breaking performances, making him one of the premier talents in the NFL. However, whispers have started to emerge about dissatisfaction behind the scenes and possible friction with the Ravens front office regarding the team's direction and support for Jackson's unique style. The idea of Jackson donning the black and gold of Pittsburgh is both exciting and controversial. The Steelers have traditionally been known for their strong, classic pocket passers and a gritty, physical style of play, which could contrast sharply with Jackson's improvisational, high-octane approach. Yet, it's precisely this contrast that makes the rumor so tantalizing. Could the Steelers be planning a bold shift in their offensive philosophy? Are they ready to build around a quarterback who could rewrite the playbook with his legs as much as his arm? Sources close to the situation suggest that negotiations could be underway, with Pittsburgh's front office eager to capitalize on the opportunity to land a proven superstar. This would not only shake up the AFC North rivalry, but potentially reshape the entire landscape of the NFL. Imagine the kind of electric atmosphere that would unfold every time the Steelers take the field with a quarterback capable of dazzling fans in ways few others can. Of course, nothing is official yet, and both teams have been tight-lipped about any concrete plans. Baltimore fans are holding their breath, hoping to keep their franchise cornerstone, while Steelers supporters are buzzing with anticipation at the prospect of a new era. The NFL world is watching closely as this story develops, knowing full well that if the rumors prove true, the ripple effects will be felt for years to come. In the meantime, speculation will continue to dominate headlines, fueling debates on social media, sports shows, and locker rooms across the country. Is Lamar Jackson really about to make the ultimate switch and join the Steelers? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. This potential move is already one of the biggest and most thrilling rumors of the NFL offseason. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.